welcome to Weird News with Sam, where unprofessional news is our profession. I'm your host, Samuel Berkenstein, and as today is our first episode, there will only be a few stories that we're covering today. For our first story, some Hungarian scientists in May accidentally created a brand new species of fish. This was done in an attempt to save the Russian sturgeon, which is the most popular fish in the use of caviar, from going extinct. The method they used to do this is called gynogenesis, which allows the female to reproduce with the sperm activating the egg without the sperm and the egg fusing together. The scientists used the sperm of another fish, the American paddlefish, to allow this process to happen. Unfortunately, instead of having the sturgeon produce another sturgeon, the sperm and the egg of the fish ended up fusing and creating a hybrid, which they call the sturtlefish. The scientists are now in possession of 100 sturtlefish and have plans to take good care of them, but no plan to create any more, and especially no plan to release them into the wild. If this was done, it could cause the sturgeons to have too much competition and cause them to die out faster. For our next absurd event, a barista has been caught spitting in the coffee cups of police officers. A few days ago in the county of Park Ridge in New Jersey, a 21-year-old Kevin Trejo was arrested for allegedly spitting in the coffee cups of cops at Starbucks before serving them. Before he was arrested, however, he was indeed fired by the company. The local police have been unsettled by the possibility of this happening due to the global coronavirus pandemic and the fact that spitting in coffee cups is disgusting. Honestly, I don't even know what to make of that, and... Oh! Did you hear that? That means it's opinion hour. Let's go to our good friend John Johnston to talk about this issue.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. It's me, John. I'm in my own home right now, as you can see here, because we're not really allowed to go with other people and see other people, so I can't be there with you. But thank you so much. Let me just talk about this for a second. I just can't wrap my head around this. Who the gosh darn heck would spit in someone else's coffee cups? I just don't understand it. Why would anyone want to do that? Like, why would you spit in anybody's coffee cup like that? That's insane. Just because you hate those people means you should spit in their coffee cups? I just don't get it. I just don't see what the point is in that. And let's not even mind all the politics of it. I don't care if you hate police officers or not. You shouldn't be spitting in their coffee cups, you know? And especially with this gosh darn coronavirus pandemic going around, you're not only are you harming those police officers, you're harming all the people that they interact with. You're harming all the people that they're arresting, and you're harming all the people that they work with or they live with, and then those people are spreading it. It's just too much. Don't you see like how that could be dangerous? And even if you're pre-symptomatic, you could still spread it if you're pre-symptomatic, and it's insane, you know, how that can happen, and you know. That's why we all wear masks, and that's why we don't normally spit in people's food. And even if there wasn't a pandemic going around, I just cannot believe a person would do that. You know, it just makes no sense to me. It's still disgusting and gross. And what if you have some horrible disease that nobody knows about? You wouldn't know. So that's why you just don't spit in people's food. And you know me, I'm a germaphobe. I really don't like germs. I just cannot handle being around germs. I'm always washing my hands like every 10 minutes to make sure that my hands are clean, and I make sure I wash my body in the shower very, very, very thoroughly. It's very, very thorough, Sam. Sam, do you hear me? It's very thorough.
Yes, John, I can hear you. Please stop talking about this, please.
Okay, yeah, I understand. I understand that. Well, anyway, my point is, you just can't just be going and spitting people's coffee cups. I mean, you know, racist people. They shouldn't. Just because they hate, you know, people who aren't white, doesn't mean they should spit in their coffee cups at Starbucks. You know, I think that's a little bit of an issue there. You know, I just don't understand. I can't see why people want to do that. I try to be so nice to people, but you know, when stuff like this happens, it honestly, it makes me just not want to be their friend. It makes me not want to be their friend, Sam.
I can't believe you just said that.
Yeah, I know. So that's why, you know, this just really bothers me. So that's just my whole opinion on the matter, and I don't understand why we needed to talk about this for this long. Honestly, like, how can you fit this opinion into an hour? This should just be straightforward. You don't spit into people's coffee cups. I don't get it, Sam. I just don't get it. You know, I don't see why we had to turn this into an opinion hour. I just don't get it. What were you thinking?
Well, yes, John, I can admit that it is a little weird to stretch a 30-second opinion into an opinion hour, but this is Weird News with Sam. And we're going to continue our show with our final story. A man from Long Island has faked his own death in order to get out of a jail sentence. Now, this may not seem totally unusual at first, but the way he was caught was just completely horrible. 25-year-old Robert Berger was being convicted of theft and grand larceny, and he wanted a way to get out of his jail sentence. So, of course, he thought to fake his own death. His lawyer submitted the death certificate, and it was quickly outed as counterfeit when they found a typo in the document. See, the word registry was spelled as reg-citry. Berger's sentence has now been extended to 4 years plus the charges he was already faced with. You see, this is exactly why people should worry about typos in their text messages. What if you committed a crime and decided to fake your own death to get out of a jail sentence, but you got outed because you spelled something wrong in the forged certificate? I know this isn't opinion hour, but in my opinion, that would be a problem. Well, anyway, thank you to everyone who tuned in to Weird News with Sam. If you would like to see more news, please subscribe to this channel for the low price of $0 a month, like this video, or comment what weird news you've heard recently. I've been Samuel Berkenstein. Stay casual, YouTube.